Hey guys, what the fuck is up, you guys? My name is Dan642, and I'm recording this immediately after I recorded the show's ranking. Yeah, so there's not many manga I read this year, and honestly, I was going to do like what I did last year and like talk about the manga that I like been reading, but like I don't know. I'll probably just say the same thing I did last year. Also, I didn't even think about it until like 30 seconds ago, so. That's that. There's not much here. Hopefully, maybe I'll read more next year, which is this year by the time this video will come out. So, I don't know. This was the first in the Dawn of the Jedi comic trilogy. It was a solid start. I didn't really care for any of the characters except for Zesh. To be honest, I don't care for any of the Jedi characters in this series. That goes for the whole trilogy. The Sith-like characters and the Rataka were the only characters that I was interested in. And Force Storm doesn't have much of that. It's just the Jedi going and fighting this dude. These are solid adaptations of the Oracle games. They aren't anything great, but they are entertaining. We get a bit of Link development with his parents and his ancestors, but that's about all you'll get. This miniseries is alright. I already read the Darth Bane books, so I know what was going on. If I read this by itself, I wouldn't really care that much. Bane is awesome as always, but we don't really get much here. It's still cool to see how Derevit and Rain came into play, but again, it's stuff I knew from Darth Bane. The third in this comic trilogy. It's just a big battle against the Rataka. They're really interesting villains. They are evil and scary. Zesh's arc continues and is very well done. I don't like the transition from Prisoner Bogan to Force War. Dagon Locke is just forgiven like nothing. I was really disappointed with this book for the main reason that it wasn't what I expected at all. This is the first book in the extended universe with a title like Dawn of the Jedi. You would expect a story about the Jedi Order being formed or something like that, but no. This book is a detective hunt-like story. It's good and I like it, but it wasn't what I was looking for. I like the plot of Lannery and Dale. Lannery was a compelling character. Dale was very interesting and I was very invested whenever he showed up. A large part of the story is flashbacks to Lannery and Dale's past. And it's good, it's really good, but it can break up the pacing. The ending got a bit muddy with the back and forth between the past and present, even though individually the endings to both those storylines are very good. I like this story a lot and Dale is a great character, but this book doesn't offer a whole lot, especially being the first in the timeline. It's interesting to see how different things were 25,000 years BBY or whenever it takes place. But that's about it. I like this middle part of the trilogy a lot, actually. It focuses on Zesh and Dagon Locke, who are really interesting characters in the series. I like the concept of this prison moon, and I like their back and forth, and I like everything about them. Zesh has a really good arc that continues into the next part. Go ahead. Claymore is a great series. It has a solid plot and characters. It's much simpler than series like Berserk and Attack on Titan, but it stands on its own. The thing that intrigued me the most was the big mystery with the organization, and I was a bit let down that it didn't lead to much. I'm a big fan of big plot-changing plot twists, and I've read a lot of stories with that, so the twist in Claymore was a bit predictable and unoriginal, but it's worse that it didn't really go much of anywhere after that. I didn't like Rocky's character much at first. I like the idea of him, and I like what they did with him later on in the series, but in the beginning he didn't add a whole lot, except emphasize Claire's character. I didn't like how he disappeared for so long. The second half of the series was mostly battles after battles that kept escalating. The plot gets pretty lost in there, which was disappointing because there's a lot of great ideas buried in the fights. The fights are all really, really good though, and the awakened beings and abyssal ones are so interesting, and their designs are so detailed and unique. That's the series' biggest strong suit, is its character designs. Maybe not the claymores themselves, because it could get hard to differentiate them. They all have almost identical outfits and the same eyes and same hair color, but the creature designs, the awakened beings, the abyssal one designs, they're all excellent. Claymore gets messy at times, but it's still a great and worthwhile manga. Attack on Titan has been one of my favorite series for a long time. I wish I knew the anime wouldn't finish until November 2023, because I would have read it after catching up to the anime back in May 2021. Disregarding the annoying final season Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 5 bullshit, this series is still fantastic. It has always been super consistent and does not dip in quality. I'll admit the manga ending is rushed, but it doesn't detract from anything amazing beforehand. Still is one of the greatest plot twists in fiction history. On rewatch or reread, there is so much detail and foreshadowing. The art isn't perfect, but Isayama's art is overhated. He improves a lot, and at its best, the art is amazing. Yeah, there's only like, one new manga I read this year? Damn, that sucks. Damn, that's like nothing. Damn. Okay, well, hopefully I'll get to more next year. Fuck you.